I'm back here with Piper. She just had her bath and blow dry. She got a little snippy with me at one point. We did a speed track video. I'm not sure if I just held her arm wrong or pushed on. She has a couple big lumps here in the front of her. I don't know if I maybe pushed up on it and it hurt her. So she didn't like that very much, so I have to be more careful or mindful of those lumps. So we're just gonna go back over a 7F with her. She's nice and clean. She was really good for her blow dry otherwise. She didn't let me blast her face at all, so we had to just hand dry it. And you can see, like, I pushed her up against my body. I don't know if you can tell in the video or not. But I kind of held her in tight. Just like I said, it's for security purposes, and it's, you have a better grip on them too, right? But it's really hard on your body, so it's not something you want to do all the time with every single dog. Hopefully they can learn to just stand nice, because it is hard on your body. So I'm just gonna quickly go over her with the 7F here. And I've got my old reliable Andy speed clippers. I'm just kind of going on an angle with the grain. I don't want a definite line here. That would look tacky. There's some groomers that still do that. We don't do that here in our shop. I have never done it. Not a good start. We want it all to be blended. So, again, she's old, so we're going to try and make this quick and painless. Just falling off her shoulder here. I'll show you on the other side when we get there. I go right up behind her ear. I just have the 3 today. I think that's enough for me because they're old and requires a whole lot more patience than just a dog who gets really carefully, or not carefully, who gets perfectly for the groom. Yeah, I'm doing the lead, so sorry I get distracted. I forget. I just get it done. I forget that I'm doing a video sometimes, even though I'm talking. So, you can see she's pretty lumpy here. So I'm just gonna take this out. Full of lumps. Poor old girl. They're just falling off. Kind of going at an angle, just falling off the shoulder, falling off the body, and I'm going to put my hand right here, really on the flank, and really on the bum area. She needs her bum done. She's actually letting me do a lot of things today that I don't want to. I might take the 15 into that because I don't want to. This blade is sharp. So, we'll take the 15 under the bum around her tail after. So I do have a line here on her eyebrows. I'm just following it with the corner, the edge of my clippers. She's starting to get annoyed by me. I know. Okay. You can go quite close, but we can always blend that in after. And I go backwards on the neck just so she has a nice clean line. Backwards on the head, backwards on the neck. I know my clippers are so noisy. I apologize. They're so old. But sometimes the old equipment works better than the new stuff. So I'm gonna keep these things around. And just take my clippers. I'm gonna put her on a 15 before we do her legs. And I'm just gonna do under her tail. She just hates it, but she's starting to not care as much in her old age. Oh, if we got by you, I'm sorry. She's very sensitive. Don't blame her. Now I'm going to take my number 2 again. It's my dark blue clip-on. And I'm just going to fluff up. This is pretty short. I only do this on her in the summer because her parents say she gets hot and they do lots of walking and stuff with her. So you might as well do her nice and short for summer. So I'm just going to go over her legs and her body with this. Well, not her body, because we already did her back. But her belly and her thighs. And if you're efficient in your grooming, you can get a lot done in a quick and short period of time. Especially for these old guys. So important. Like, you have all your tools in your bag and everything set, and you've already looked at her file, you know what she's getting. It can just go really smooth and quickly. Have your comb and your brush. I use my brush sometimes too, especially on the legs. She has curly hair, so just brush that up. You use a brush or your comb, doesn't really matter. I just find the brush gets more of the hair upwards. Then I have to, less times I have to go over it with the comb. But it really shouldn't take that long to do one dog. But she got here an hour ago and kind of didn't start like right away. Maybe it did. Started pretty much right away. So prep time and bath time, dry time, and now we're already into the finishing part, and it's not even 12:30, so it hasn't been an hour. And she was difficult for her ears, so we're doing good. Like I said, we want her to feel comfortable, but at the same time, we want to be quick about it. She's pretty sensitive on her front legs. That's okay. So I'm just go to the back. Got my chair so I don't get in your way. You can see. And a lot of times when I'm working on one side of the dog, I'll go and I'll lift up the leg and I'll fluff this other side up and go underneath. So then it's just less maneuvering and lifting of the legs that I have to do. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you use a brush or your comb. On poodles, I prefer combs. These guys are pretty short, so these old guys. So we're not here for beauty as much as we are for comfort. And like I said, this does tend to, the brush tends to fluff up the hair a little better so you can get more hairs. And I know that they want her short. And I'm going to go backwards up the side of the leg so she doesn't need that hair. And like I said, do the other side while you got this leg up. She's so sensitive for her legs, so she's going to try and dance. And I go backwards sometimes underneath the belly, just because it's just less hair you have to trim up. They don't need that hair. She wants a nice short summer cut, so The less we have to scissor, the better. The less time it takes. It's okay, baby. Good girl. Oh, that's never happened. I haven't had that happen in a long time. This must be wearing out. The thing I noticed before we went back into the legs. That would be devastating. Have a 40 on your leg. Hey? I've never had that happen to me. I have with the old clippers and the old school clip-ons, but never have I ever had it happen with one of these guard combs. Weird. Very weird. Hey, baby girl? She hates her feet. Hates them. Can you imagine trying to do clean feet on her? I used to. And then I just said, no, she's too old. I'm too old. It's too hard on her. It's too hard on me. Have to keep an eye on that. Clip-ons even come off again. So weird. Again, she's not getting the typical Schnauzer cut. I mean, she's getting the outline. We didn't hand strip this. She's never gotten hand stripping. We're not going to start now. I don't like to do hand stripping. It's not my favorite thing. I've done it. I just don't like to. It's not for me. I'm all for comfort and easy peasy. And hand stripping is hard. And you have to charge so much for it because it takes a long time. So my clipper's starting to get warm. You can feel it. So we pretty much got our clip down anyways. So we're gonna just start doing all the scissor work. So I got my scissors handy. And I'm just gonna go around her foot. I like to go across the pad right here. I usually do all the way around the pad and in front of the nails. And then I go up the leg, elbow, armpit. You want to watch this webbing in here. You can usually see it better if you're going in underneath the front leg. She's got a bit of loose skin in there, so you can see it better from this angle. So you shouldn't have a whole lot to trim up now that we've got her all put down. Her skin's pretty loose, so you gotta be careful. I think I just pinched her. I'm so sorry, my girl. I'm so sorry. Just around the feet, in front of the nails. I like to use my brush because she has so many cowlicks. back one. So not a whole lot left to do now that we've got her clipped down. I always like to make sure in here I get it nice and clean, but I don't show the pad. That upper pad, you gotta watch for that. It's okay if you see it. I try not to show it if I can help it, but it just looks nicer. But we're going for comfort here today, not looks. As you can see, I'm holding her knee, I'm supporting it, but I'm also pushing it up and not pulling it outwards. With these guys, you want to push up and in instead of up and out. It's just, she's not going to fight me this way because it's more comfortable for them just to go straight up. As soon as you start to pull the knee out, that's when they struggle and they don't like it. It's tough on them. Alright, this looks pretty good. She don't get much of a fringe, just a little one. Just gotta watch out for her belly. Don't want to catch any loose skin or little nipples. We don't want to cut those either. You just have to be mindful of those things sticking out. And at her age too, like we have lots of lumps and bumps. I don't think she has any warts though. Like the last one had lots of warts. I'm just turn her body so you can see her feet. Taking all these towelettes off. They like her nice and short, so. Get this foot now. You want to watch that you don't cut the pad, but we do want it to be nice close. And as you can see, I use both sides of my scissors. I just turn them in my hands. Once you get to know your scissors really well, then you'll be more comfortable doing that. I've had to learn over the years to figure out how to groom the dog according to their comfort and mine. I have a tear in my shoulder, so my arm doesn't do all ankles. I had to modify how I hold my scissors and how I angle my arm. So yeah, that's super fun to deal with, and hoping that some physio will help. I did do physio for several months. Last January, I think so, and it cost me a fortune, and I didn't really get what I needed from it. So I found the specialist that I've seen her before, and she was amazing. So I'm going back to her. She's a little bit of a drive in, oh, sorry buddy. She's a little bit of a drive in St. Albert, but worth it if it helps. She's got these saggy armpits. I'm just turning her around so you guys can have a look. Normally I would just turn and go on her side, but because the camera's on this side, we'll just turn her. She's pretty good for it. I don't want to show the nail. You might see it. I mean, the owner wants to see the nail, but we're not doing that. Clean feet on a Schnauzer is not very attractive. She looked like she was wearing skinny jeans. Honest to God. I might have to clip her back in here. Too dangerous to use the scissors. Like I said, she just gets a nice short haircut. The less that she has to come in, the better, because she hates her grooming. You would never be able to tell, but she is drugged. She hates some things about her grooming. She gets stressed out. But we try to make it stress-free. She's pretty good after all the bathing and blow drying, because this is the easy part for her. Good girl. Now I go right up against that back pad, and nice and close. That's a good girl. Good girl. She's got a few hairs behind her nails, so I'm trying to get those out. Normally I would just take the clippers, and we did that already, but I guess we missed a spot. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just pushing on the skin so it pops out. She's got very loose skin in her belly, so it's hard to get to sometimes. So I just move the skin around. Lift it up, move it around. Get in there. This is just safer than taking the scissors. I might do the same with her armpit because I pinched her a couple times on the other side. There. Good girl. Okay, it's getting a little bit warm in here. I think it's warming up outside, me girl. Good girl. see, I never put my scissors down. Of course, you have to watch where you're poking them at. So I almost poke my own eyes out once. She's very twitchy. Good girl, Piper. Okay, up you go. Okay, now for the fun part. Your face and eyebrows. So, for eyebrows, I usually take my thinning shears. These are double-sided shears. No, they're not. Yes, they are. So they have teeth on both sides. Not sure if you can see that. These are my Christiansens. One of my favorites. Scissors to use, or shears. I got them at the last grooming show, which was actually quite a few years ago, pre-COVID. Can't wait for the next one. It's in July. Super excited. So, looking forward to that. So I just clear, because she's a pet, and because she is old, I just clear out her eyes. I almost do like an Asian fusion type eyebrow on her. Oh, it's getting warm in here. We're almost done now. Almost done. So I'm just combing the eyes forward, eyebrows forward very carefully. She hates her face touch. I'm just gonna go down on my scissors here from the eyebrow, from the corner of her eyebrow, down. Same on this side, just gonna go down. Like I said, she wasn't groomed very long, so she's not very long. But we are gonna cut her eyebrows shorter. Just gonna take my thinning shears and get that out. All this comes out. She has a scar above her eye here. So I'll try to blend that. Good girl, Piper. So I'm just trying to put that down, comb that down. She wouldn't let me shave this part of her lips, which I like to do, but she didn't want me to do it, so. we're not gonna. On her, we do nice and short eyebrows. She has wonky eyebrows if you let them grow too long. I just want to soften these up a bit, so. There we go. And then we're just going to trim this part. See if she'll let me. She lets me use the scissors, but she doesn't let me use the clippers. She doesn't get your typical beard. She gets it very short. Your parents like her nice and short, easy to maintain. No teeth issues. They look pretty good. It's important to pay attention to that because if they have some abscess teeth, it can really be painful on them and they don't want to have their face held. It's important for the owners to know too. It's kind of our job to tell them what's going on with their dog. We see them a lot, and we know every part of their body, so. Kind of taking it on as our responsibility to let them know if something's going on. Don't assume they know, because they probably don't. I almost cut my own finger. I'm just going to take my 15 underneath here. She doesn't need that hair. Now I'm just taking my thinners. I'm gonna soften up the beard and blend it in. You know, sometimes they turn out nicer, and sometimes they don't turn out as nice. I don't know why. It's okay, baby girl. Good girl. Like I said, she doesn't get a full beard like some Schnauzers. She's more feminine. Good girl. Good girl. We're just about done. She has really pretty eyes. make sure got everything. We're going for comfort, not vanity here. So I think that's pretty good. We could clip and clip and clip and clip. Gotta stop sometime. Now we get you a bandana, you my girl. Always clean up my table. We're gonna take their pictures. Got a bandana here. We're just gonna cut it in half. Because it's too big. Right, my girl? It's too big. Give it a little roll. Give it a good tie. There she has it. All done. Good girl.